Welcome back to Abbey Road Quilt and Sewing. I'm Billy, and I am a new sewer. I've made a couple videos. What I'm trying to do is make videos of the learning process because I am still very much so in the learning stages. And something I was thinking about today, I was watching some videos, is the importance of pressing your fabric. You have to make sure that you have all of your wrinkles and ripples and stuff out of your material. It is super important. Right now, as I have been for the past week, and this is as far as I've gotten, I am working on this Hawaiian fabric that I got in Hawaii for a quilt for my bed. I'm super excited about it. I'm very nervous about it because it is super large. And I have a standard Brothers machine, and the arm is, I think I have 7.5 inch clearance. I think that's pretty standard. And I don't know how I'm going to fit all this fabric through it, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do it, and we will learn together. So I'm really excited about this fabric. It's 100% cotton. You can get some really beautiful fabric over there in Hawaii for nearly nothing. So super excited about that. I don't know if you can tell because the lighting isn't so wonderful in here. I'm working on that because I'm just starting out. Very important to know. So one day I will have fantastic lighting, and the studio that I have will be perfect. But for right now, I'm gonna have to settle for moving a big project like this out into my living room, which this is real life. I have a seam right here, which you cannot see, but this is a seam. You can tell right here. You want to always make sure that you're pressing your seams. It's as simple as that. Make sure you are pressing your seams. I have had some issues in the past because I've only been creating for about 6 or 7 months, and there's been a couple of situations that if I would have taken the time to press my fabric and actually take care of my seams, that my product would have come out a little better. They still came out okay, but it's worth taking the time. And the reason why I emphasize that is because I do not like to iron stuff. I don't like to iron, but it is super important, and it's growing on me. So also I will add a link right in this area right here for you to subscribe to my channel. If you are if you're on a new sewing journey, that's kind of what I'm calling what I'm doing. I have a huge passion for it. I always have. I will add a link right here. You just tap it and subscribe to my channel, and we can learn together. I'm always up for feedback. Please tell me if you see something that I'm doing. If it can be done differently, let me know. Because I take criticism very well, very well, very well. So one thing that I learned today that I kind of knew, but I guess I've kind of been avoiding it, is the importance of the size. If you're making a quilt or making a sandwich, the importance of making sure that your material is cut properly. So if you have your backing, your batting in the middle, and your top fabric, you're going to want to make sure that your top fabric is cut, in my experience so far, about 2 inches smaller than your batting and your backing. It's most important to make sure that you have plenty of batting. Your batting, your middle piece, your peanut butter and jelly in your sandwich, you need to make sure that you have plenty of fabric there, because when you start piecing this stuff together and you actually start putting it in your machine, the three pieces of fabric can do some crazy stuff and slip around, and you know, you'll have more fabric. Your top piece will be, you know, 2 inches further to the right at the base of, say, your quilt than what you started out with, because you know, the fabric moves with the pressure of your presser foot and stuff. All stuff that you'll figure out if you don't already know. So you want to make sure that you're cutting your fabric correctly and making sure that you allow yourself to have plenty of batting in the middle. That was a hard lesson to learn. Matter of fact, I have a blanket right here, and I can't believe I'm going to show you this, but it was the second thing I ever made, and this will prove my point. So I have come a long way since I've made this thing right here, and like I said earlier, the lighting is not the best in the world, but I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, and so I was like, oh, I'm going to make myself a Game of Thrones throw. Well, I messed it up. If you can't see it right here, you see how perfectly smooth this is? I have straight lined all of these, all of this line right here. Well, I didn't pay attention to what I was just inexperienced, and as you can tell, it got super bunched right here, and I was just so frustrated. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to fix it, so I just went with it, and I use this every day. I keep this on the back of my chair, and I cover myself in it every day as a reminder to make sure that I'm paying attention to how I'm cutting my fabric and how I'm piecing it together, especially when it involves a sandwich. And so I messed this quilt up, which I'm okay with because it's a constant reminder for me not to slack off on the minute details that make such a big difference. So you always want to make sure that if you have a 48-inch top piece, I think standard fabric comes like between 42 and 47 inches. You know, you have that, and then you need to make sure that you have at least 2 inches or more, whatever you're comfortable with, of batting protruding, and then your backing. And I have started making sure that I have plenty of backing in case something happens, because I will show you in a later video when I am actually cutting this beast, and I will actually lay it out, and I will cut the excess away, because I'd rather cut more away than have to kind of tug and pull, and you don't want to do that with your batting and your fabric. You don't want to be tugging and trying to make it work, because I promise you it will not. Something will happen. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to talk about. So make sure you subscribe. I'm so excited for your feedback, and I'm excited to watch your videos and keep learning, and I wish you a happy Friday, and thank you for watching.